It's Wednesday night. It's the evening. We're coming to you not quite live from the sawmill. It's...
All right.
Tom, that's when you introduced the show.
All right. Oi, oi. How's it going? Looking lovely. Yeah, this is Pot Topic Podcast, issue number 4. Brap, brap. I'm one of your hosts, Tom, as I've just said. And to my left, I have Kel.
Hello.
Ed.
Buongiorno.
Andy.
Aye.
I almost forgot your name then. And Taryn.
I've inflated my scrotum with 2 litres of saline.
And that's right, we don't have Beth and...
There are.
Here,
So Hubert Pompadour the fifth.
Actually, Tom, I haven't told you about this. Today, because it's Halloween, I thought we'd do a nice... All right, because it's not Halloween, I thought we'd do a nice spooky podcast in which I'll hold a séance and I will channel the not dead. I'll channel the spirits of Hal and Beth. And what I've got this. Well, I'll show you.
Just to clarify, it's Paddy's Day.
I've got this artifact. I know it looks suspiciously like a sweet bag, but it is in fact like an artifact that I've pulled from the 7th level of hell.
Okay.
That allows me to channel the spirit of the living.
It's lovely this time of year, so...
Yeah, it's absolutely astonishing. And the
panoramic views.
Bollocks. What is it? It's not flat sharing. You get the timeshares for so cheap.
That was a lot of build-up for
It's alright, just fix it in post.
I'm not a miracle worker, dude.
Yeah, so what I've got this artifact. I call it the sin pot.
Right.
So every time we want the input from our beloved Mr. and Mrs. Han and Beth Sinden, like, give me a shout. I will use this artifact to channel them and get their input on the subject at hand.
I was so looking forward to doing a podcast now.
Does this defeat the need to having Hal and Beth as friends now? You've got them in a bag.
Essence to Hal and Beth.
Well, I mean, it's only got 16 charges in it. It's just one of the things, like, it's magic. Anything more than that comes at a severe cost, and I wasn't really willing to pay it.
Can you deliver them in Hal's accent?
No. Unfortunately, I don't speak knob.
No one's that humble.
Excuse me, I am God of Modesty.
Oh, lovely. We've got a replacement for you, Hal. Fuck you. Right.
Whiskey time.
I do believe it's whiskey time. So, Andy supplied the whiskey tonight. What have you got?
Tonight's whiskey is a single malt Scotch whiskey. It's Jura 10 years.
Lovely.
Origin edition.
Oh, I love Jura. Oh, I'm excited now.
Have we got glasses for it?
Yes, yeah, I've already got the glass. I'm ahead of the game, man.
Wow, we're getting organised with this shit.
In fact, you know what? Let me just kind of center myself here, channel the 7 chakras, and just kind of impeach. And Hal says, Satan!
Satan! Is that what this fact's going to mean? They're cliched sayings, I love it.
How did you not see it coming?
That's another one of his.
I'm having great difficulty getting into the whiskey of the week.
I'm thinking of making a whiskey.
Pass over it. I'll open. I'm practiced at opening whiskies of bottles of whiskey. So,
as you can see, he's opened.
I am, however, not practiced at talking. So who wants to go first? Should we have one from the hot pot?
Before we do, can we make a Scotch one day called Operation Yew Tree 10 years?
Well, Ed, you're a virgin here. You get to go first.
Okay, be gentle.
So I say, yeah, take one straight out of
Das hot pot. Ooh, sorry, we missed that. Here's what Jura sounds like when it's being opened.
Okay, I morally object to this, but Tolkien is not a good author. Discuss.
Tolkien is not a good author.
I believe,
We've discussed. And next,
yeah. He's the only ridiculously popular, ridiculously famous writer who cannot write. He writes, creates languages, the mythos and the stories behind it, absolutely amazing. Have you ever tried to read him?
yes.
I have to admit, I didn't get past about 12 pages of The Hobbit and partly just no.
I've read The
further.
Hobbit as a kid
No,
and really
couldn't
loved
do
it.
I think I've read everything.
I genuinely love The Hobbit. In fact, actually, my wenchie, my dear, my love, Heather, she's just finished reading it, and she came to me sort of yesterday, sort of having finished. It's like, oh, what are you reading at the moment? And she's gone from The Hobbit to the Da Vinci Code. Poor girl.
Wow. Interesting.
But she was saying, it's like, yeah, I did read. It was kind of like he would just go from, he would say this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then there was 12 pages of describing a bit of woodland.
Yeah, that's the problem. He'll describe the minutest detail over and over and over again, spend 10 pages doing it, and then a battle scene is literally this dude stabbed that dude.
Well, you do know that, like, particularly The Lord of the Rings is actually, firstly, a discourse on language, and secondly, it's like an allegorical tale about, because he was born in, like, a home county's village.
Yeah,
so that's
yes.
why Hobbiton's sacred and very nice, and that's why, like, he had a deep hatred of, like, factories and such because it was invading on his lifestyle.
Well, absolutely. Like quite famously, there is a particular tower in Birmingham where he grew up from which he took the inspiration for the tower of not Sauron, the other one.
Saruman.
No, Sauron. I was right the first time.
Isengard or Mordor? Barad-dûr.
Yes, absolutely. You're right. He was. It was about language. It was an allegory, but the thing is, when you're telling a story, your first duty is to the telling of the story. Now, I will happily say that Tolkien is a fantastic world builder. He was a
One of the best, yeah.
stunning linguist. He was a great poet as well, and great ideas man as well. In fact, his ideas were so powerful; they kind of informed a huge chunk of modern cult.
Fantasy.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah.
Like, he single-handedly, like, did more to further, like, the fantasy realm of dragons, elves, dwarves,
Yeah, I mean,
trolls.
it goes even beyond that, because you will find kind of the Tolkien race tropes existent in space operas as well. Like, for instance, like Klingons are basically orcs.
Yeah.
And whatnot. You know,
Okay.
his creations kind of informs a lot. His storytelling left a lot to be desired.
I tell you the one thing that is missing, honestly, from Lord of the Rings, and that is the corporate tie-ins.
The corporate tie-ins.
Yes. The Hobbiton Harvester. The gold, like, the Golden Archies of Gondor, the Burger King of Barad-dûr. You know, it writes itself these things. You know, like, he could have made a fortune.
Oh yeah, like Fjallraven, Orc Armor, and
Basically, Middle Earth is a mall.
the Rohan are the cool kids.
Yes.
What, they're the mall rats?
Well, no, they're the cool kids. They're rich enough to have horses.
Yeah. Emu is Brody.
No, but weren't the races based on the different nations of Britain?
Of Europe.
Of Europe,
Yeah.
okay.
There's a certain empire, empiric building of, like, the orcs and that, which is definitely, like, aimed at Germany.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if you picked up on the subtlety. You know.
Yeah, he covered that one right up. That came as a complete surprise to
But
me.
in his defence, you know, 1940s Germany kind of had it coming.
Yeah, do you know what? We still haven't given them enough shit for that. The Nazis have not paid their dues yet.
I would like to say there's a difference between Nazi and German. Germans, wonderful people. Nazis, not so much.
Well,
No, I'm not a fan.
Of Germans, racist. I'm getting Angela Merkel on you.
Oh, please. Bring me a German, I'll
I'm
love
getting
him right
Steffi
up and
Graf
down,
on you. It's literally the only German I can think of.
Bring in Alec Empire. Yes, right.
I definitely enjoyed the films though.
No,
Do you know, I
the
didn't.
films were wicked. The films are what kind of brought it alive for me.
No, I'm completely opposite. I think the films are excellent. I thought they're very well made. They're wonderful stories. But like all films based on books, if you read the book first, never quite as good.
I don't normally have that problem.
Probably should have started this early. Okay, A is for apple.
Yeah.
That's the pointy one with the crossbars. B.
Yeah, no, definitely. I don't know. Lord of the Rings, really large books. I mean, I barely read magazines.
I will give you one answer why Lord of the Rings.
In fact, to be fair, like you used to read magazines, and like you read magazines so little that you even stopped reading the magazine you were reading regularly, which was Bizarre, which has tits in it.
Bizarre's not made anymore.
So
No, they stopped it.
Oh, what?
Hang
Yep.
on. Oh, I tell
Have they?
yeah,
Yep.
it's ended.
Bizarre's gone.
I've known many
How?
friends from
What?
Bizarre.
What?
When?
About 2 months. 3
Yeah,
months
not
ago.
that
I
long.
was going to say, I got one back in June.
Oh, hang on, I'm getting a message
Hang
through
on.
from. I'm getting a message through.
I can feel the glasses trembling.
Oh, what have you got to say about Bizarre? What have you got to say about Bizarre? Hal says, and I am Lord Sir Beverly Postlethwaite Quimfiller.
Wow,
That-
did you pull those out in the folder?
He had a
Thank you,
great
Hal.
spread in Bizarre, let me tell you with that name. Right.
Lovely. Well,
that's
do you know,
it. So what was the actual verdict? Tolkien, bad writer?
I will sum this up in one sentence. Lord of the Rings is such an epic book that not only is it thoroughly enjoyable, but my wardrobe is falling apart, and I've propped it up with the book with Lord of the Rings against the doorframe.
Multi-purpose
It's
writing.
literally holding up my flat.
Loads
you're-
supporting novels.
Yes.
So like you
a low
used him
bearing
to
novel.
fix your kind of wooden furniture.
Yeah, basically.
So like you're proclaiming Tolkien to be Jesus in that he tells a great story and
he's a carpenter.
And he's a carpenter.
What I'm saying is basically
Wrong.
I'm saying that
I'm so-
Tolkien is a mythical being zombie that's risen from the dead and people have written a book about.
Interesting theory. I can't wait for the paper.
I'll be submitting it next week and I'll be thrown out the country soon.
I mean, I'm gonna have to leave it on. Like, do you know what? He was a good writer. He was a shit storyteller.
Yeah, I think that's fair
Shit
enough.
storyteller.
Okay, I would say great storyteller, shit delivery.
That's
Yeah,
Stop.
same. Yeah.
there's some hair splitting there. Do you know what? Let's have something from the community, not community. Just fuck you, Hal.
Yeah, he's polluted our minds. Potluck.
Potluck.
Right.
Andy, what you got for us, mate? Who from and what they say?
Eddie, Lord of Mayhem, says, given that the universe is infinite and the law of entropy means we're all heading for eternal disaster, and our knowledge in comparison is minute, how many waves of 12 foot 3 inches high? Oh, how many waves of 12 inch 3 inch high midget Walking Dead zombies could you survive?
How many waves of 12 3-foot high?
Given my
Okay.
elite skills on COD, I'm going to say all of them.
So, if the world was full of waves of 12 3-foot high
Oh,
midgets,
Bring it on, headshot, boom, motherfucker.
Don't know. I mean,
Just keep dancing, just keep dancing.
I mean, it's gonna wear down.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I don't know. Do they start off really slowly, like in Plants vs Zombies?
Yes,
Slowly
I'm
speed
gonna
up?
give you that.
Okay, well, I'll definitely.
So the first wave is just one midget zombie.
Basically, it's going to go through the films. So they're going to open at like Night of the Living Dead pace,
Yeah.
move up to Walking Dead, into Dawn of the Dead, up to like Zombieland, and then you're moving into the Resident Evil as it progresses through. Each time, 12 midget zombies coming at you.
I'm just not very good at sprinting. So
I was going to say, once they start running, I'm buggered because I don't pay enough attention to things coming at me in the normal world, let alone have a load of midgets run at me.
I don't know. You're passed with midgets. I'm sure
Oh,
you
no,
saw them
come on,
coming.
that's not fair.
Can I just say I've already got a deal with Shiva, so like the dead don't recognise, and the laws of universal entropy they kind of don't apply. It's a weird thing. Like I saw a thing I saw a thing, and I promised I wouldn't say anything about it. If he, I'd scratch his back, he scratched mine, and he's got a lot more arms than me, so it works out really well.
It was a proper job.
So, I mean, when it comes to zombies, I kind of look like, to them, I don't look like a human. I look like, have you ever seen Clay Fighter? Did you ever play Clay Fighter?
Yeah, it was
64?
the most amazing premise for the world's shittest fighting game.
Yes. So I look like the
Although-
taffy dudes. I just look like a man made out of taffy to them.
It's
They
the
don't even
anti-Street
recognise.
Fighter.
I'm going to have to look it up. They had some amazing puns in that game.
Oh, yes, they
All
did.
the characters were named after, well, clay puns. Like, there was one blob that was blue, Clay, who was an Elvis impersonator, and his name was Blue... No. Oh, fuck, I'm going to have to look it up.
To me, the greatest champion on that game would have been Morph. That's a joke that went over everyone's head. Did no one watch
Morph?
Tony Hawk?
Of course we
God,
did.
yeah. Sorry, I was busy.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that the best way of dealing with waves of 3 foot high zombies is to not be there.
It goes
This is-
High ground.
Steps.
I'm sorry, it's that beautiful moment when we're all knackered after like the 18th wave, and you just see Taz wander in on stilts. Just going, I am king of these zombies. Bow before Taz. Doing this.
Right, I'm going to go back to it. Sorry, these are
Clay
too good.
Fighter.
Clay Fighter character names. So,
hang on.
Elvis impersonator, blob of blue clay, was Blue Suede Goo.
I like it.
Then we had... Oh, guy with a pumpkin head, Ichabod Clay.
Oh!
Amazing.
I never got it when I was a kid, but that one is so good.
Oh, there are loads. I'm not going to go through them all.
I will
but
add that
What was the dude who looked like Taffy?
it was called Taffy.
Ah, fair enough.
if you enjoy this humour, there are little statuettes called the Turds.
Yes.
Adolf
yes.
Hitler, Jack the Shitter, Predator.
I think I may have... When the N64 was around, I think I was the right age for that kind of thing.
I'm 35. I'm still the right age.
I absolutely what there's still a lot of gaming puns, a lot of little gaming things that
Oh shit, I've just remembered what the second Clay Fighter game was called.
it was 63 and a third, wasn't it?
There was that one.
Naked Gun.
There was also, I think it may have been the subtitle for that game, but it was, no, it was Clay Fighter 2 Judgment Clay.
Oh yes.
Yeah, come on.
I hear talk of making another one
Yeah, that came up on
Giant Bomb.
Giant Bomb the other
Yeah.
day, yeah. Anyway, sorry, back to midget hoarding zombies, yeah.
Well, I reckon I'm on level 52 of endless mode on Plants vs Zombies. So at least the first 50 waves.
Give him a bag of seeds, it'll handle that bitch.
Yeah. As long as I've got my garden, man.
So
All 5 lanes of it.
So if we want to find you in a zombie apocalypse, we need to look for you in a garden centre.
Yeah, I'm going to be down Kew Gardens.
Hyperdendrum, you midget fucks!
And we've got the episode title.
I'm like in that situation. I might have to consider making nunchucks out of crowbars.
Don't. All you need to do is get 2 vines, leave the pots on the end, tie them in the middle.
Just
Vegetarian
stand on a
nunchucks.
tall wall.
Oh, no. If I'm... Yeah, but how long can you survive on
Oh,
a
they
wall
pile
without
up.
getting rid of them? No,
They
they would
pile up.
pile up.
They
quite
do
quickly.
pile up.
You're going to need like a
Oh.
JCB with a big scoop on the front.
All this and more is detailed in my forthcoming novella,
Plug it.
Walking Out, coming to you as soon as the art is sorted.
Yeah, that's... Do you want to go over the premise of Walking Out?
We'll deal with that at another time.
All right, I fucking love
when it's
that.
time to really when it's time to really self promote. Yeah, I'll bring that up.
Topic 2, the search for ratings.
No, that was Pot Topic 1. We're still trying to do that. Right, 20 listeners we got out there.
Someone want to pass me the hot pot? Or get it? We will. No, that's potluck.
Yeah, to be honest, I hate to admit it, but I kind of see Helen Best's point with this.
What's that?
The fact that the pots are called Potluck and Hot Pot. Hot Pot being ours, Potluck being from the community.
But it's all pot puns. That's
Maybe we need
that's
to
the point.
take the Clay Fighter school of thought and properly come up with proper puns.
Okay, in that case.
Well, we're still new, Tom. We're still defining
could I say,
and refining
ourselves.
our format.
as a rule,
Or lack thereof.
as a rule, the ones from us tend to be a bit more intense. So I would suggest they call that one Pol Pot.
Yes, it also helps the fact the pot's black.
Yeah. Now, someone else find a fascist dictator with pot in the name.
So, new topic. This comes from Tom. Because feet are fucking wrong.
They're fucking wrong.
Nope.
I was wondering when this was going to come up.
Right. The reason why I've submitted this is purely because me and Beth, being my sister, have a phobia of having our feet touched. She's much worse than I am. I can touch my own feet. She can't.
This sibling connection's giving me some vibes.
And I basically date this back to when I was getting my toenails cut as a child, and my mum would pin us down to cut our fucking toenails.
You Ryan kids were
Why-
beat with sticks when you were children.
For
weren't
fuck's
you?
sake, why
Yeah, you see
was
my
your
mum.
mum
Hello,
treating
Mum,
you
love you.
like guinea pigs? That's how we used to do. Like our guinea pig toenails, when we were growing up, when the guinea pig toenails got too much, it's like pin them down, put them on their back, and then try not to get scratched.
Maybe that's
That's
the
not how we
reason.
treat
They
children.
had so many
Linda
pets.
Ryan.
They had so many pets, they were just used to that.
Could I just ask, can we set the scene here? So your mum comes home and says, right, someone's eating the chocolate in the fridge. Who did it? And you and Beth go keep quiet and they go, right, pin them down.
I think it was more, I'm a bit bored. Need some entertainment. Yeah, let's pin the kid down.
Sibling contacts give me a vibe
But yeah.
from the netherworld.
So this has basically ended up in me punching people because they have touched my feet, kicking them in the face, whatever. You touch my feet, you are held responsible for it.
Would you like to know what Beth has to say on the matter?
Yeah, go for it.
Disney.
Can I just say, should I really return that birthday present of a pedicure?
Yes. Actually, there was a point where Kel bribed me saying that she would get me something really special if I went for a fish pedicure.
There was.
Oh,
yeah.
I would love a fish pedicure.
That offer still
But surely
stands.
fish
If you
don't
want to
have
go
feet.
for a fish pedi, except for they've been ruled out in the UK as being highly dangerous now. But
Yes, because feet are wrong.
They're highly dangerous. Are you sure?
yeah, because of cross-contamination and fish eating skin from lots of different
Oh
people's
fuck it! They're only
feet
fish.
and-
Kill it. Sorry. Once they've
Kill
done their
the
treatment,
fish.
kill the fish. I'm sure they'll breed quickly enough. I always wanted to go for this because it'd make me feel like a shark.
I am morally objected to putting a part of my body in a tank to be eaten.
Unless...
Well, unless the tank's blacked out and it's got a hole in the side.
I would like to withdraw my previous statement.
There we go. Nothing like a bunch of neon tetras nibbling on your bellend, mate. Fuck.
Bangkok beckons.
Oh man, that's nothing. You want to get some fucking weather loach in there, slip and slide right up inside you.
They get the whole fucking shaft down them.
I like the idea
All right,
of,
Mum.
like, if you're going to get rid of all the fish afterwards each time, just sort of, instead of it being a big fish tank, it's just a big blender. that you dip your feet in.
Just slide your feet in, you'll find this nice and relaxed.
Or, considering they're relatively small fish, you just sell them on to the nearest Chinese restaurant and they get served up as whitebait.
Oh, actually, sorry, that's just reminded me of a story coming off on a tangent.
Oh, go on then.
You?
So-
Imagine- No.
Never. In our local area...
Excuse me while I address Mr. Potts,
Captain
as he
Tangent.
calls the kettle.
Hey, I'm
TikTok.
modest, doesn't mean I'm
Something
not a hypocrite.
rather darker than midnight blue. Yes, carry on, Tom.
So in our local area, there's a little town called Chislehurst, and there was a Chinese right next to a duck pond. And, yeah, they used to just...
I ate in there quite a few times.
Yeah, so
the duck
did I.
was very
Did they-
tasty.
They used to take fresh duck off the pond and serve them up.
Is that legal?
No.
No, it's hunting, and hunting's a weird thing in this country.
Very much a good idea for it to be a weird thing in this country.
Something like that happened recently. People kept finding people of a village kept finding their swans going missing.
Only it's the Queen, I tell you, it's the Queen.
Well, no, it's because
She likes a bit of that
She's the only one who
swan
can eat
parfait.
it, so she can just
Yeah.
walk up and down and just go, mine, mine. Philip, put the grill on.
It actually turned out to be sort of Eastern Bloc immigrants because they didn't know.
What, only the Queen can eat the swans?
Yeah, actually, my girlfriend, who is Eastern European, does have a penchant for a swan.
Oh, I would love
She
to
does
eat a
chase
swan.
after him a bit. She lives in, like, on the quays in London in Docklands.
That's the point.
I wondered why.
Going back to the last episode with, like, the godmother being Queen Elizabeth, Don Elizabeth Windsor II.
Oh, yes.
It wouldn't be a horse head in your bed, would it? It'd be a swan's head. Or, to really fuck you off, a live swan. The second you pull the covers back. Just, oh, fuck!
When Philip cheated on me, I put a corgi head. Fuck, I won't do that again.
So I've got to call bullshit on this because I don't think feet are wrong at all. I think feet are wicked.
I think they serve a purpose.
They get you from A to B.
But I don't understand. Like, the way I...
Admittedly, they're a bit pedestrian.
I just see feet in the same way that I do, like, elbows or, you know, just any other body
Knees.
part. I mean, obviously there are some body parts that are more fun than others, but...
Are there?
There are a lot of people that have a thing about, like, have a positive thing about feet.
Yeah, and that's just really annoying when you're trying to have a wank. And that comes up. Oh, shit, it's football. Click, click, click off.
I very rarely.
Although, if I overcome that taboo, that'll be one to cross.
What? Sorry, what? You've overcome foot porn?
No, definitely not. Oh, a good story as well.
Oh, yes. Here it goes. We'll have to
Go on,
put a
Andy.
picture.
She's looking at me right now.
Yeah, there is
That's
always
a great visual joke on a verbal...
We'll put a picture up on the website.
Yeah, in the games room where we're currently recording, there is a DVD of foot porn just behind me, and I'm not going to turn around and look
Right
at it.
above his head.
Yeah. Go on, Andy, tell the story.
It's by the production house Evil Angel, and it's called Party of Feet. Andy.
Well, yeah, no. Well, I was in Berlin, and that was an immense drinking holiday, and I decided we'd been up all night, and the girl I was partying with, she wanted to go out and buy her boyfriend some porn to take back as a nice present for her boyfriend. Bring back some German porn.
That's so sweet.
So 8:30 in the morning, with a bottle of Jaeger in our hands, we stagger out the hostel to go look for a pawn shop.
Damn it, as it should be.
And find that there are none open because it's 8:30 in the morning. And we're in central Berlin, and there's bankers going to work and stuff.
Bankers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, not one. Oh, okay, yeah, I see why they're not open then.
But we eventually did find a pawn shop, and it was next to McDonald's in a train station. And I bought Tom a lovely souvenir from Berlin, which was Party of Feet. The lovely thing about it was when you came over and partied here and whatever.
Yeah, I got messy.
Could be asleep in the living room.
It took months for it to come out.
Yeah.
Andy was sitting on this for a long
Tom
time.
himself, really.
wait till Tom's asleep in the living room, and then go in there, put the foot porn on the TV,
On loop.
leave the room with the remote, and then just slowly turn it up until it wakes him up.
So I'm dozing in and out of sleep, and I just hear these moans of ecstasy coming from the TV. I'm like, no one's fucking in the room. No one else is here. That's fine. Where's it coming from? So I'm like, look at the TV. And I go, someone put porn on. But it was right at the beginning of the DVD. So it was just like a load of lesbians kissing and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, thank you, whoever put this on. I'm going to sit back and enjoy this. 2 seconds later, there's like 10 women trying to jam their feet in one girl's mouth. And it's just like, oh, fucking hell. I could not have jumped out of bed quicker with a hangover. If you need to get me moving with a hangover, that's how to do it.
The thought too many cooks springs to mind. 10 women?
Yeah, no, there were a lot of women trying. Like, look at the fucking cover of it. I'm not going to look. They're trying. They're trying their best.
Britney Spears?
like we said, we'll take a picture and put it up on the website. But this is a woman's head, a reasonably pretty woman's head,
Let's say Britney Spears.
surrounded on all sides by feet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
not sure there could be too many more feet around her.
I'm now
I
wondering.
bet
They're wrong. They are fucking wrong.
They're
Do
wicked.
do you know what? I don't mind looking at feet. I don't mind someone else touching their feet. Beth can't handle that. She can't stand seeing someone else touch their feet. I can give someone a foot massage. She couldn't do that. But
Tom,
yeah.
toe tops.
Something being wrapped around your toes. Oh, the worst one is that fucking Alex, our friend Alex, has toe shoes. Oh god, they're so wrong.
I had a friend once.
It makes me squirm.
She hated other people seeing her feet. She was very self-conscious about the way her feet looked. So we used to have a fun game of steal one of her socks, at which point she put both feet into one sock.
Oh, you glorious bastard! You glorious bastard!
So just to clarify, you don't like feet. You're okay with inches, centimetres, millimetres?
I'm alright with all those measurements in my pants.
I think the moral of the story here is if you have children, don't treat them like small mammals because you will repress possible avenues of sexuality.
Yeah, you'll destroy their sexual life forever. Alright, Mum? I just, before the recording, I went to go say hello to my mum because it was Mother's Day last Sunday and I hadn't seen her because I've been too busy at work. And she revealed to me that she's just started issue 3, which means she's listened to all of issue 1 and 2.
Oh, I'm going to make you talk about some really awkward things, Tom.
Oh, I'm not going to censor myself for it.
Good man. Hi, Linda.
I'm really happy she's listening, but yeah, whoops.
Of course. Of course, a mother should support their child. That's a point. I need to get my mum listening to this.
Oh, definitely. Your mum will fucking love it, though.
Absolutely. Shall we have something from Potluck?
Let's do this. Is it my turn or is it
It is your turn.
Ah, it's my
Yeah,
turn.
absolutely.
All right, one from the community. It's a tightly bound one. Right, this is from Australian Dan Barnett. If you were a soup, what type of soup would you be? Brilliant.
Chunky.
Soup. Oh, soup.
I'd be mulligatawny because I'm spicy. Yeah, don't all say, oh yeah, that's quite right, Tom. Thank you very much.
I'd be ball. I would be. I would. I would.
Fishball.
I would be.
Fishball.
I would be ball soup.
What's ball soup? Oh, ball soup.
Ball soup.
Yeah.
Because it's uncomfortable and usually unwelcome.
Yeah.
Oh, good one, yes. Sorry, we've got an audience tonight and Paula's looking quite confused at me. He's talking about his nuts being sweaty. I thought I'd better explain that to the listeners as well.
You know, ball soup.
Ball soup.
Ball soup, or kind of, I'm sitting in ball soup, or I'm dealing with a testicular consommé, or a rather cheesy scrotal bisque.
Oh, damn it, I was about to say Nad Bisque.
My mum made some soup the other day, and it was I think it was like potato soup, but the consistency of it was so thick that as I took a spoon out of the large bowl of soup that had been made, it was more like ice cream because it left the shape of the spoon that I'd taken out and slopped into my bowl.
That's some cornstarch action there.
I'm going to have to disqualify that on the grounds of not being soup, but being stew.
Well, see, I don't rate soup as a viable food
I need to seek back up from the netherworlds, and
All join hands, it's a seance.
Beth says, why would you do that to your friend?
She still, from beyond the grave, well, she's not dead, but yeah. Unfortunately. So she's still managing to ball out on every single joke she's made. Going out on a low, Beth.
I think my answer is going to be potato and veg soup from 1994. Because I'm chunky and way past my prime.
I like it.
Soup's just not a food. It's a drink.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a chunky. It
Andy,
is
I
a
think I
chunky
worked
drink.
out why the Slim Fast diet didn't work for me.
Just blitzing up hot dogs.
It's a drink!
Liquidized curry.
So, who's not answered?
Kel.
Yeah, I don't want to be a soup.
Tough. You're being a soup.
Gazpacho.
No, not
Because she's so cold.
Because she's wrong on all levels.
Because you're cold and not normally seen
fine.
much.
Fine, I'll be gazpacho. Whatever. Don't care anymore.
Well, okay, fine.
No, right now we got to define what Dan is as a soup. Because he is actually one of our friends. And we miss him much.
Dan, Australian Dan. What is Dan as a soup?
He's a kangabanger soup.
Kanga banga soup. Yep, done.
Oh, I want that recipe. Can you get kangaroo sausages? I assume that's what you meant by kangabanger.
You
Oh,
can
sure
get
you can.
kangaroo
You can get kangaroo
sausages,
because I know you can
yes.
get kangaroo steaks, but kangaroo sausage. Oh yes, lean as fuck.
But not in a sausage, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be pretty lean. I don't see why not.
I don't know.
Who are you to tell kangaroos what to do with their sausages?
You are their master.
Clearly no one. Absolutely no.
Yeah, that's Dan's territory. He
Yeah.
can tell kangaroos what to do. Right, so Kel is picking one from
The hot pot.
The pole pot. I'm going to bush it. It's the pole pot.
it's the Pol Pot.
So this was actually put in by me, and it's epic fail moments.
Oh,
Taran, do you want to lead off with this one? Because you are the king of these.
Look, I need some time to go through the catalogue.
Okay, let's start with Tom. I weed myself.
We've already told.
No, we haven't told this story.
Well, no, I mean, I've basically told the story.
No, I distinctly remember saying in that issue, we will get to this story later. So we've now got the
I think
opportunity.
it's time.
Okay, right, fine. In order to tell this story in its like completeness, we need to go back to a couple of weeks before the incident. Now, if you've listened to issue 1, you've already heard the story. This is basically the story which I ended up pissing myself. There's a bit more to it than that. 2 weeks before, maybe 3 weeks before this happened, I was at work and I was working at a local theatre and I was putting an Inspector Calls. Inspector Calls was in and we were taking it out. And the next day we're going to be putting the pantomime in the theatre. During the get out, I mean, I've been having back problems anyway, but during the get out, I was doing something really obsequious, something not at all strainful. And once I completed doing it, my back just went sparang, and like that kind of knocked me on my ass. All of a sudden, I couldn't walk fast, which is kind of similar to now. I couldn't do any lifting, again similar to now. But I had like this 6 weeks of panto work lined up, so where I was due to be like a wing boss and kind of look after one of the wings and just do all the stage stuff, I no longer could do this because I couldn't push, I couldn't lift, I couldn't do whatever. So they went, do you know what, Taz? Like, it's too late to get anyone else in. I'll tell you what, go up on the fly floor. And sort of doing the flies, that's just pulling ropes so that kind of cloths and bits of set fly in and out during the scene.
Yeah.
And that's something I could do.
Right.
It was kind of
As wonky as you were, you could manage to pull a rope.
yeah, because that's all kind of upper body. That because like this bit of back, this went right out just above my coccyx. It's right down there. And this is all upper body.
Right above you what?
My coccyx.
Say again, slower.
Why? How many do you have?
Excuse me. We need to remove the pop shield for this.
Oh, yeah.
Coccyx.
Right, I'm finished. Good night, everyone.
So yeah, I got through some time of flying, and then Kel's birthday, who also used to work at the theatre, that rolled round. So what happened is after the show, we went out for birthday drinks for Kel, and so I think I had 4 pints of ale. It wasn't a huge amount, but it's techie drinking, so it happens rather quickly. There's 4 pints of ale, and then after that, a lot of the people that you will have heard on this podcast were due to come back and party with us. So,
As always happens with this house.
As always happens with this house. So Kelly and I came back, sat around. I think we probably played a game, or something. I had a spliff, while we were waiting for the rest to turn up. And, that was all fine. I had another drink. And, right, when the other guys turned up, it was kind of more of the same. But within sort of 5 minutes, as far as I can say, it's like, this is bedtime for me. This is absolute bedtime. And all I remember is getting up and,
it was beautiful.
I remember getting to the door and just saying, good night. And the next thing I know...
Can I interject here?
Yeah, absolutely you can interject.
So, after a little while, I decided to go and check on Taz, make sure he was all right. So I walked into the living room and I found him crouched over the sofa. I bent down to see if he was all right. He was sweating profusely, shaking and unresponsive. And when I looked to the floor, he had basically pissed everywhere. Happy birthday to me.
And what was beautiful was he pissed kneeling on the floor. So he not only pissed down the front of his trousers, but also pissed down the entire back of his trousers as well, because they were folded beneath him.
It was clearly locked. I do remember at the time, like, as I came round, just witnessing this,
but
this puddle of oceanic proportions.
It was huge. But basically, Kel came back into the room we're currently in, where we were all, and said, Tom, I need help. At which point, we've just sat there for another 5 minutes. And then she's gone, no, I need help.
What could they possibly need help with?
And then we left it another 5 minutes. We thought, like, they'd lost a remote, or, like, they couldn't find the PlayStation controller and couldn't turn off a DVD or something. And then, yeah, like, 5 more minutes have passed, at which point I'm like, right, Kel's obviously not coming back into the room. Something's happened. Get up. I walk into the front room and I'm greeted by Taryn, who says...
So at this point, I'm just coming around and I'm there. I've got my arms on the arm of the sofa and I'm still leaning over it. I'm just sort of vaguely aware of Tom being there. Tom's the first person I see. I just look at him. I've taken stock of my situation. I just turn to Tom and I say, Tom, I made wee. At which point, like, I'm escorted to the futon we've got in the bay window, and sort of left to sleep it off.
Not before I was told off a lot for people were not happy that I was filming this. After I was made aware that it happened, and so it was just like, oh no, it's all gone. And then it was, oh no, we got to clear this up. I'll go get the steam mop. I was just like, no, we shouldn't use the steam mop. No, steam mop the piss. Oh, okay. Well, I'll go get my video camera.
It wouldn't make.
I remember this moment of just like me with the video camera, and then just these absolutely disapproving looks like, no, go away.
And there's poor Kel on her birthday having to take off her ex-boyfriend's trousers that were all pissy.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
That was a lot of fun.
There is a coda to this story.
A code?
A coda.
Oh, coda. Go on.
So when I woke up and just one side of me was in excruciating pain. And it was a pain it was a really sharp pain. It was a vaguely familiar pain. It was a pain I'd only sort of really experienced once in my life. And it took me a while to kind of figure out what was going on. And so it wasn't going on. I assumed when I woke up, I just slept funny. But it just wouldn't go away. And then as I started trying to do things, especially reaching above my head, like the pain got so sharp, got ever so sharp. And I realized, this is similar to the pain that I experienced when I fractured my hands.
Yep.
So I am hungover, but I make it into work. And I'm slowly coming to the realization that kind of what must have happened is after I left the room, I passed out, smashed into the door frame of the living room, made it to the sofa, and, you've heard the rest. But in that smash on the door frame, I'm assuming, because it took 6 weeks for it to stop hurting, that was at least one broken rib. So I go into work to do the one job, which is flying.
Such a wonk.
The one job that I was given because it was the only job I could now do in the theatre. and with a broken rib for 2 weeks while it was still awful. And my every flying cue was accompanied with, fly cue 17, stand by, standing by, fly cue 17, go. And get it in, and then like,
Always to be a fly on the wall witnessing your pain.
and you know, and like when you fly, like the way it all balances out, so you got the momentum, so that's fine. But then you've got to stop it, so you've got to apply more pressure with your arms above your head. So it's like that's first to scream, and then follow like, and then like as it comes in, it's like fly cue 18, standing by, standing by. Fly cue 18, go. For 2 weeks. Epic fail.
Were we playing cards, rock, paper, scissors? Wasn't that what made you leave the room in the first place?
Yeah, we've got a card game that is a card version.
Quite
of
possibly.
rock, paper, scissors, and it was too much to handle shouting paper when he saw a picture of paper, or a rock when he saw a picture of a rock.
To be fair, like all the evidence points towards kind of
you're a hippie and you got
of
fucked
truly
up.
mondo proportions.
So, next story. So, when we all lived together in Burnt Ash Lane, Taryn, Kel and me, do you remember that after work drinks that he went to and we had to go out and find him?
Oh, whoa. Okay, I've got this is...
This is a new question. This is Taz's epic fails.
Yeah.
Okay,
I can't equal any of your epic fails, dude.
Fair. To be fair, this epic fail wasn't entirely my own doing.
So I get a very nervous Kel knocking at my bedroom door saying, Taz isn't home yet. La la la. He went to these drinks and I thought, Taz has gone to someone's house or gone to drink more somewhere. No.
We went for a drive around and eventually...
It was very cold. It was winter.
Really
it was panto
cold.
season.
It was.
Look, let me just dive in there first. I'm going to give the background here.
Quickly, though.
Yeah, absolutely, very quickly. Okay, so this was at the end of a production week in theatre. A production week in theatre is when you're putting an entirely new show ready for a tour. So it is a week that can, like, the hours of the week will be anywhere between sort of 70 and 120. Like, they could be truly monster. This was somewhere in between that. It had been super long. I hadn't had a lot of sleep. Also, this wasn't the first show. This was the next one. This was press night. And at this point, it was becoming obvious to me that I was sick. I was ill. I had a mild temperature already. I was sniffling. I was coughing.
So you decided to go drinking all night?
No, I didn't go drinking all night. This is where you guys keep getting this story wrong.
I think he'd been where we found him for a lot longer than we realised, because I was working that night and I locked up the building and he'd left about 2 hours before I left.
Well, that's why I thought he'd gone somewhere drinking.
No, I hadn't. Right, so bear in mind, the show would have come down about 10:30, maybe 11, depending on the length of the show, which means that get down to the bar. I had a glass of red wine. And then just said, do you know what, guys? I'm ill. I need to save my energy. And off I went. And I remember walking part of the way through Bromley. And I remember kind of staggering down kind of the approach road to, like, the start of the approach road to our house. And just feeling, I've got to sit down. And I remember seeing the church and thinking, maybe I could dive between that bit of the fence and then just sit down for a while, and then I've got nothing.
It wasn't a fence. It was a brick wall.
It was a very high brick wall. And basically,
on the other side,
from our side,
next to the church, there's like a day centre. Between that, it's just kind of a double iron railing. So I kind of...
Oh, you saw a fence in the distance.
I had the idea of diving between that and just finding myself somewhere safe to sit down.
So me and Kel have gone out in my car. We're driving around the streets, going towards the theatre where he was.
Many hours later,
where it was really cold and he was ill anyway. And we're trying to call him constantly, getting nothing, no response. So I pull over, just by pure luck, outside this church. And we get out of the car so we can just basically just have a look around and see what we can see. And we suddenly hear his phone going off.
Yep.
And
No,
basically, cut a long story
I answered my phone
short.
before you got there, but only just because the volume
No,
was
yeah,
turned
you-
right down.
The best sentence I've ever heard on the phone ever was, I can see a church. Where are you? I can see a church. Alright, okay, we're by a church. That's fucking lucky. Let's have a look around. We walk around that graveyard for like a good few minutes. Can't
And then
find
we
him.
find you leaned up against a gravestone.
Like entangled in a
No,
bush.
I
A very thorny bush.
I seem to remember I had my back up against the wall.
Oh no, you were like on the floor, mate. You were like laying down in a bush.
Fair enough.
But see, I just passed it off as he'd gone out fucking around.
I know, but I knew.
Yeah, you.
No,
obviously knew.
I was proper fucked up.
Yeah.
I was
I knew.
like turbo tired
There we
and
go.
ill.
Another epic fail from Taran that no one can match. Can anyone do an epic fail story apart from him?
I've
I once pulled a Nazi salute over the head of a German man.
Do you want to leave that for a bit and let someone else?
Yeah, sure.
Unless you can do it in like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
I think he just did it in 30 seconds.
It's as simple as that. I think we had a circus or something come. Oh no, it was all the fun of the fair, and there were two acrobats who were German, and there was some joke going on at the stage door, and I pulled a Nazi salute as one of them walked under my arm, and everyone just goes, "You do realize that guy's German, right?" It's like, oh fuck! It's all right, he didn't notice. But it was close.
So you just reminded me with Germans that I do actually have an epic fail story.
Yes.
Andy, do you remember the time we went out to see Expendables in the cinema with a German?
Oh my god, that was an epic fail.
Yeah, we planned to go out and see Expendables in the cinema, and we thought we'll get a few drinks beforehand and then we'll go and see the film. We had a few drinks, but we went out with our boss from work, and he kept buying drinks. We got quite toasty before we even walked into the cinema. We went and saw the film.
Quite toasty.
We fell asleep.
We fell asleep during Expendables, yeah. We were that drunk.
We were so blind drunk when we got to the cinema.
Yeah, we were
that
quite...
We didn't see the movie.
Yeah.
I couldn't see. I double visioned a whole way through. Don't remember some of it.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
how much we
remember.
drank.
I've never actually watched it back again because there are massive swaths of that film I don't have any recollection of. But yeah, so saw the film, left the film, went back to the same pub, had a couple of drinks, which were like pitcher-sized drinks. Then went back to some lovely Polish ladies' flats that we knew. And I basically had to break up a fight between a German and a Millwall supporter by singing Millwall football songs at the Millwall supporter. Thank fuck for my cousins that support Millwall, because I would not have known those.
This wasn't like a big ass house party that sort of like got a bit out of control with something that was going on.
No, there were 4 people in the room. There was me, Andy, a Millwall supporter, and a Polish lady.
Broke up in a post-cinema quiet drink.
Up until my recent house move about 2-3 months ago, I still had the bowl that I threw up in that Polish woman's house. Because I got carried up and down the same flight of stairs.
Oh no, that was because of his lovely logic. Johannes was.
I was passed out at this point. I was very ill, the worst person in the world to have around at that point.
Yeah, but Johannes was only supposed to come out. Our boss was only supposed to come out for like a quick drink and then to go to the cinema and then be home to his wife and kids.
Yeah, and his mentality was, if I take this passed out Tom back home, my wife will see I wasn't the worst one and take pity on me.
I had to look after my friend. That's why I'm so late. Like,
yeah.
You were his excuse.
I was the excuse.
I was just like, dude, I'm not sure. Like, you're well in trouble. It's 4 a.m. Your wife's pissed.
And then
I'm not sure bringing home a paralytic.
Because he couldn't get to flag down a cab with me passed out on a bench. He got in a cab and left me after taking me up and down the same flight of stairs about 5 fucking times.
You were so bruised.
I was so bruised next day. And then Andy took pity on me, got me back to his house, at which point my girlfriend at the time fucking lost her shit. And,
yeah, so there was that double epic fail end to an epic fail ending. Do you know what I did? I bailed on... It was like Valentine's Day between me and my girlfriend, and I bailed on that to come to the movies.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's a good story. All right, anyone else?
I've got another one.
No, let someone else. Come on.
I got one.
Go on, Eddie.
So a few years ago, I was hanging around with a few mates at this pub in Essex, and they had this karaoke DJ duo, two very, very attractive women. Anyway, I got really on good terms with them, and one night after a heavy drinking session while watching drunk people sing karaoke, which is always funny, we went back to Dagenham and thought, oh no, we'll go get a bit of chicken or something from the late night restaurant takeaway place. So I'm chatting up this girl, and I'm sure she's into me. I'm positive.
She's giving you the eye.
The hair flick.
Are you drunk?
I'm hammered. Like,
So basically, it's a good thing you clocked eyes with her rather than some tramp that was walking past.
what's the spirit you get in an Indian restaurant that isn't Tia Maria after your dinner? Sambuca. I had a bottle of Sambuca with
Thank you, Paula.
I had a bottle of Sambuca with me, so we were buying Smirnoff Ice, drinking half of it, then filling the rest of the bottle up with Sambuca, swishing
Oh,
it
that
up.
sounds like a taste nightmare.
I called it...
I'm sorry, how is Sambuca in any way affiliated with Indian food?
It's nice, it's in the Indian restaurant.
It's like
You get one or two drinks, Sambuca or Tia Maria and cream.
it's like
This is
chicken tikka
entirely
masala.
new to me.
It's like chicken tikka masala. It's not actually Indian, but you'll find it in an Indian restaurant.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so I'm talking to her, working up the confidence, and then finally I just go, fuck it, go for it. So I went, so would you like to maybe grab a drink sometime? And she gives me this heartbreaking like look of like, oh my God. And then she goes, yeah, I'm gay. So I go, shit. Now, in my drunk state, I'm very hammered and I'm getting a good vibe off both of them. So I turn to the other one and go, yourself? And she goes, yeah, I'm her girlfriend.
No shit, Shirley. Fucking hell.
And I'm sitting there and I find that I've actually let myself in the corner of the restaurant, like between the counter and the wall, yeah? So I'm leaning there, propping myself up, and they're both in front of me, so I can't even go running out the door. I'm looking at the couple I just asked out, and then I'm looking at the second one just going, and I asked you second, I feel like a shit.
Yeah. Well, your second pick. I'll go for you.
I will point out, one of my close friends at the time, who had drunk just as much as me, who was itching to ask out the second one, went, go on, Ed, you do it first. And I'm like...
That's a wingman. Letting you ask out a pair of lesbians.
Right, yeah. But the best bit is, as a wingman, every wingman knows, when your wingman is making the move, your correct position is fucked off out the door for a smoke the moment it went bad.
Good man.
So I then have the sympathetic hug and the slow walk out. I get all the way to the door going, I just want to go home. And I hear this voice going, yeah, your food's ready. So I'm going to turn around and walk back towards them in this kind of shit.
Oh, the walk of gay shame.
I know. And then they offered to pay for dinner. And I was like, oh, the sympathy.
That's not an epic fail. That's a fucking win, mate.
It's not. They didn't have enough money. I ended up paying. For everyone.
Wonderful turnaround.
I spent 17 quid getting shot down by a pair of lesbians.
Good epic fail, man.
Thank you.
Lovely. Anyone else?
We could list all the times girls accidentally got off with children at clubs.
Yeah,
Right. I'm sorry.
However, perhaps Kel would like to tell the people at home how she sprained her ankle.
So I was so proud of myself when I learnt a new party trick a little while ago. I don't know if you've all seen it on YouTube, but opening a wine bottle without a corkscrew.
I've heard of it, sort of with the shoe. Sort of.
Yeah, so you put the wine bottle in a shoe and you basically smack it against the wall and the cork will eventually pop out slightly. So I thought that with a new housemate having just moved into my house, that it was a great time to showcase my new party trick. So stood up on the sofa in my bedroom and started smashing this shoe with a wine bottle against the wall. And eventually the momentum got the best of me and I fell off the sofa and sprained my ankle.
It's simple logical steps.
Yeah.
Try to open a wine bottle, sprain my ankle.
I managed to sprain my ankle trying to open a wine bottle without a corkscrew.
Well done.
Proud moment.
Sure. In the last couple of days, I've been like watching my YouTube subscription things. I've watched 2 different groups of people trying to open a wine bottle without having a corkscrew.
Yeah, Dan Reichert and his dad,
Dan Reichert from Giant Bomb and his dad. There's a 20-minute long video of them trying to open a wine bottle because it's the last thing to drink in the house. It's fucking incredible. And then today I watched the guys from Game Grumps, which is one of my favourite like Let's Play channel type of YouTube videos, where because it was St. Paddy's Day, they got really drunk and played a load of video games, and they were trying to open a bottle without a corkscrew, but they did the intelligent thing. They went on the internet first and Googled it. So they basically
the true mark
they
of
read
intelligence.
YouTube
first, then disaster.
This is a really good solution. So if you get a screw it into the cork and then use a hammer to then remove the cork. So sort of like the forked hammers that you can...
No, that doesn't count. That's using a corkscrew.
Yes, but they didn't quite interpret it correctly. So what they've done is basically screwed the screw in. No, sorry. They hammered the screw in. And then tried to remove it.
I love the mindset of that, like, oh, yeah, let's open this bottle of wine. What do we need? YouTube, tell us the answer. Oh, okay, hammer and the screw. Excellent. Where's the hammer? Where's the screw?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, just fucking smash.
It was fucking incredible. And I see him hammering this in. I'm like, oh, that's just not good. No. Pulled it out, half the cork comes with it, nothing much, just like fragments. Basically, like 5 minutes later, it's got to the point where they've got a drill bit and they've just like drilled a hole through the cork to make an opening. But then air doesn't get in to let the liquid out, so then they're getting a drip every 10 seconds. So then they decide, let's make the hole bigger. And there's just this dude, Ross, who's just like, with a fucking drill bit. They did it. They eventually got it. They eventually got it.
It would have had some mung in it.
Mung in it, but no common sense. Yeah.
I don't know, when I think of epic fails, I remember going to a friend of ours, Kate's, birthday party.
Love you, Kate.
And we've turned up, and it's all the way over in West London, and we've got there not particularly early, but we know that we have to get the last tube home. That is our limit. We have to get the last tube home. So
that's never the plan.
I know which part.
Plan A is wing it. Plan A is wing it.
Well, plan A is wing it, but we all had stuff to do the next day. We had to get the last tube home, so we knew exactly what time we had to leave. Anyway, the party's carried on, and we've moseyed around in there, and it's all good. And we've we've got particularly messy towards the end with the idea that we've only got this time now. We better fucking smash it, and then we'll just we'll pour ourselves into the tube and get home, sort of thing. And so we decided we'll all break off now. And we'll go say our goodbyes all around the party, because that's going to take like fucking half an hour or something to go around and say goodbye to everyone and all that. And as we're going around and doing that, I just see my mate Bjorn, and he's standing in the kitchen, and he's got his hands on his head, and he's bending at the waist, like down and up, and and I'm just like, he's standing in the kitchen on his own. And I walk in and go like, oh, dude, like, what's up? And he's like, oh, my beer. I'm just like, oh, dude, what's happened to your beer? Have you lost your beer? What have you spilt your beer on? Like, what, you know? And he's just like, no, my beer. It was. I went to the toilet, I put my beer on top of the cistern. I went for a wee. I turned round. I'm washing my hands. I'm all the way over here washing my hands. And then my beer falls off the top of the cistern. It's like one of those big, bottles of beer.
This story.
And the beer has slid off the top of the cistern and upended itself and fallen directly into the toilet bowl.
It's not even into the toilet bowl. It was through the toilet bowl.
It goes through the toilet.
It's just gone straight through the porcelain. It's punched a hole, sort of the size of a big bottle of beer, 660ml bottle of beer, through the porcelain onto the floor. But the hole is higher up on the toilet than the natural water level of the toilet.
Okay.
So at this point, it's not leaking.
No.
But I've caught got a dustpan and brush to collect up the broken bits.
That'll fix it.
Because they might need them. We're
Super
really
glue it back together.
we're really mashed by this point. And it's
Yeah,
just
no shit.
Yeah.
It's worth noting as well that this wasn't just the Kate's birthday. It was also her housewarming.
It was a housewarming.
Oh,
And
God,
there was
yeah.
only one toilet in the entire flat. And
It was a barbecue, and people have been drinking all day. And we've just broken the only toilet. Well, he's just broken the only toilet in there. And I was just like, okay, cool. He showed me the toilet, and from where I was standing, where someone takes you to the toilet to see something, you sort of stand back at the door line and sort of look at it. It's like, and so from that angle, I couldn't see the hole.
Okay.
The hole was completely concealed because it's on the curve of the toilet bowl at the bottom. So
It's kind of like if you had all the flesh under your tongue, on your lower jaw, ripped out. So you've still got your lower jaw there, you still got that line, but all that bit, that's gone.
That is the most gruesome analogue you could have actually used.
Tell me it doesn't fit.
it fits perfectly.
Can I just ask though, there is the opportunity there to literally walk out the toilet to the next
No.
person in the queue going,
It gets-
I have just dropped the shit so heavy.
it gets better.
Oh, yeah.
So we eventually find Kate in the kitchen and
Because we've got at this point we've got 15 minutes in
To
which
catch
we've
our
got to
last
leave.
tube.
We've got to leave the party
So
at that point.
you fucked the bathroom and left, Bjorn.
Well, but I told Bjorn, that's lovely. You eventually showed me the hole, and I was like, oh man, you've well broken their toilet. You've got 10 minutes to go and find Kate on her birthday and housewarming. Tell her, thank you for a lovely time. Thanks for inviting me. Really sorry, I've completely decimated your toilet, and then we've got to leave, and we've got to run to catch the last tube to get home.
To be fair, if it wasn't our friend group, I'd say they're dicks, but we're just glorious bastards.
No. But God.
we find Kate and try and break the news to her. And she tells us that it's fine, it's no problem. And she promptly walks into the bathroom to use the toilet.
Fuck's sake!
No. Well, when we found Kate's in floods of tears. When we find her, we haven't told her about the toilet yet. She's just already.
And you still told her?
No.
We've got 15 minutes, let's break this bitch.
She walks into the bathroom and locks the door. And can't hear me trying to tell her not to use the loo because obviously loud party going on, lots of noise. Next thing is I hear the toilet flush and Kate scream.
She flushed it.
Yeah, she was too drunk.
She didn't realise that when we said the toilet is broken.
She just said oh no, I know that you're my friend. She didn't mean to. It's completely all right, and just didn't properly register it at all.
See, I love this girl. I went to school with this girl. I can't believe she did that.
Can I just ask though, did you guys leave after 15 minutes?
Eventually, she unlocked the bathroom door, and because I had my shoes on, ready to go, I ended up wading in and giving her a piggyback out of the bathroom.
Yeah.
At which point, she goes to her dad and tells him that the toilet's broken. He then tries to put a halt on the entire party.
I remember he walked
into the living room.
He walked into the living room. There's a guy playing guitar. There's a guy just having a nice jam. Everyone's nice and chill.
There's always
and
that one.
Dad walks in and goes, "Sorry, can you stop? No, can you stop? Can you stop? Right, party's over, everyone's got to go home, and the set, everything's quiet, and me and Kel just look at each other.
We're standing right by the front door at this point.
We pick up our bags, we open the door, we take 2 steps, and run out. Because we are not being the people that broke the toilet, and then Dad shut it down.
Halfway.
It is torrential rain.
Torrential rain, absolutely pouring with rain. Halfway to the tube station to catch our last train. We've got about 2 minutes at this point, and we are proper running down the road. I get a phone call from Björn. Where are you guys? I'm ready to leave. So
Fuck you, left behind. See you later.
Dude, we left, we've got a train. Like, you've got a broken beer disaster to cope with. You've done that, not us.
The reason that I'm loving this is that from the second I met Bjorn, all anyone ever tells me is he's got a habit of knocking something over and walking away.
Yeah.
So the fact that he literally fucked the toilet and wanted to leave.
But you can tell how much we love him. He's come up in
yeah.
fucking every episode so far.
He's without doubt, and not to stroke his ego,
Actually,
he's
like,
the funniest dude.
One of Kate's parties was a scene for another interesting incident for me. I'm pretty sure I can find the picture and put it up on the website. So it was, I think it was the house before that. It was a housewarming / birthday barbecue. Again, it was either for Kate or a fella. I can't remember which one. The last thing I remember is I got thoroughly monstered.
It's not like you.
As well as drinking the beer, drinking all the beer I bought, I also bought a bottle of Jägermeister with the idea that it would go around the party. What in fact happened is that I walked around with the bottle of Jägermeister, poured someone a shot of Jägermeister, said, "Do a shot of Jägermeister," and then poured myself a shot of Jägermeister.
Rookie.
Then we would do the Jägermeister together.
You had 1 shot glass, and you'd give the shot glass to someone, fill it up, and then you take a swig from the bottle.
There we are. The last thing I remember is I'm doing a beer bong with someone in a really convincing fishman mask.
What, as in the Dreamcast game, or?
No. This was like someone there had just filmed a movie about a fishman monster, and
These are the circles we roam in, people.
They turned up with the fishman mask, and I shared a beer bong with this guy, and then I remember nothing until I'm waking up the next day. I get up off the sofa, I'm feeling awful, so I just go to sort of tidy myself up a bit in the bathroom. As I'm there, I realise my face isn't quite as I left it. I'm looking at it, there's a lot of red, there's a lot of black on it. Clearly I've been drawn on. So I sort of finished what I've got to do with, and before I wash anything off, just so it's like it's there to jog people's memories, I walk out, with it still on my face, I walk out, and I just find my cousin Darren standing in the next doorway down at the other end of the kitchen, smiling. He's grinning so hard.
He does have a grin.
And it's like, "Darren, what happened last night?" And it's like, he said, "Well, this on your face. What we did is, like, you passed out. So first off, we turned you into Hitler." It's like, "Oh, so this bit, yeah, all right, fine, that's that bit." It's like, then in red marker pen, we drew 21 penises on your face. It's like, right, that'll be all this red. Cool. After which, someone said, "He hasn't moved. Is he all right? Should we, like, get him to hospital?" To which Darren simply replied, No, he's fine. And then showed me evidence of what he did to prove this, in which he upended kind of one of those metallic beer bins. It was Stella branded. It's like kind of one of those small... So upended one of those, put it on my head, and then played me like a bongo. that was that wasn't, again, one of my finer moments. Tom, we haven't heard anything from you.
Yeah, we fucking have.
No, we heard about Taryn from you.
No.
We haven't heard about one of...
No, that was Expendables.
Oh, true.
Taz, why are both your stories involving you either looking like Hitler or throwing the Hitler salute?
I've got one last one that I don't think I've ever told any of you.
Go on then, make it quick, mate.
Just because I don't believe it's ever come up. This happened while I was at university. That entire month at university, which is in itself a fail story in its own right, but we won't go into that yet. I was kind of privy to a conversation in which a group of people were trying to talk about one person. I can't remember if it was a celebrity or not, it doesn't matter, but the way this person was talking about it, they kind of said what they had to say, and every time they refer to him, it's like this gentleman of it was the gentleman of of deep pigmentation, and this like at this point. At this point, everyone else picks up on their awkwardness and kind of starts dancing around the issue of kind of how they describe this person. It's like, understandably, from an Anglo-African or, blah, 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 a gentleman of colour.
Snorkeling!
Edit point.
I got so frustrated with them. Now, in fairness, like my response to them ended with, "You're talking about a black guy. He's a black guy. It's fine. You can say black guy." I did, however, preface this with, "Oh, for fuck's sake, call a spade a spade."
Oh, dude! Oh, fuck!
No.
Yep.
No.
I didn't realize exactly what I said. Like I said, this was all kind of one big thing. This was me writing, like, this was me having a shot at people just being too awkward to say the term black man.
I can't believe you're making me do a pre-word to this again, saying sorry, we're going to be racial on this episode.
That's not racial. That's not racial. That was an epic fail that I just didn't choose my words at all well.
Fucking hate you.
But yeah, that was pretty bad. Ed, would you care to give us one?
No. I'm going to say Paula needs to pull one out
I
of the
already
pot.
have. But...
Oh yeah. Oh yes, we have an audience tonight, which is the lovely Paula.
Yeah, so one from the community, one from Potluck.
From Pole Pot.
Would you care to read it? Oh no. Okay, all right, can't kill.
So this one's from Paula.
Oh, that's lucky.
And no, I'm reading it because you wrote it. And the topic is snog, marry, avoid.
Okay. So Snog, Marry, Avoid is like that. That was actually a program. I don't know if it still is. That was a program on BBC Three.
My
It
little
still
sister
plays.
was on that programme.
Holy shit, really?
My cousin Gemma
Was in the first episode.
was the very first girl on the very first episode. Oh, do you know what? I've never been much of a family man, but that was my first experience of familial shame. That was
You should
so
have my sister,
unfortunate.
mate.
Like you can all go back and you can all watch it. It'll be on YouTube. Just kind of Song, Marry, Avoid, like season 1, episode 1. The girl, she goes by the name Levi.
Oh, shame
That's
already.
my cousin, and that's a shame.
Also, you can say that about Darren.
Darren's not a shame.
No, my sister being on that show was actually a completely different scenario. My sister was approached by the Snog, Marry, Avoid production company when they were filming in Bromley because they had a girl on there who was a lesbian and they couldn't find any women in Bromley who were willing to comment whether they would snog, marry or avoid. So my little sister went on and said, yeah, no, I think I'd definitely snog her.
Awesome.
See, I completely misinterpreted this question. I thought it was like snog, marry, kill. But no, it's just what would we do with all the people around the table?
I'm getting something. I'm getting something from the netherworld. I'm getting some transients. Let's see what the Sindons have to say about Snog, Marry, Avoid. Hal says, fucking yes!
I think you assumed all three.
That's his usual like turn of events with the lady, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
Isn't it a bit worrying?
Deep cut there, deep cut. Sorry.
Isn't it a bit worrying that the fucking happened before the yes?
You'll have to ask Beth that. Right, so I think I'd probably snog all of you apart from Kel that I'd marry.
Yay!
And of course Paula.
I don't know.
Have you snogged a bloke before?
Yeah.
I think I'm the only one
Prove
who
it.
hasn't.
Audio medium. Here we go.
I think
Let's-
I think I'm the odd one out. I think I'm the only one who hasn't snogged a bloke.
Let's do it right now. Let's do it by proxy audio waves. Just you and me, right now.
Paula, you're a lucky.
Dude, I'm wearing earphones.
That must have been horrific.
He's in my head.
It's never gonna leave.
Forever shall it live there.
Well, I think I'd avoid all your cunts.
Bitch!
I'm fucking
I don't know.
History says different.
Yeah.
Side step. Yeah, I don't know. The whole snog, marry, avoid thing. It's the program's weird. It comes from an interesting place in that it's trying to show people that kind of, do you know what? Fuck off with all this shit you put in your face. You are pretty as you are, and.
I've never seen this show, so I don't know really what it's
I've
about.
got to admit, I'm lost.
Have you not? So the idea of Snog, Marry, Avoid is it starts with someone who alters their appearance quite heavily. Quite more often than not, this will be people who paint themselves orange.
In Essex.
Uber.
How can you find the people who paint themselves orange from the people who are just orange in Essex?
No, they all paint themselves orange.
No, dude, seriously, like, we have Oompa Loompas.
Okay.
Like, you go to Brentwood, yeah, you can't help but see them coming down the street, like, white skirts, orange skin, and all you think is, Oompa Loompa.
Do you know what? I once saw a girl so orange she was red,
Yeah.
and this was weird because her hair was the same red. And I was just sitting outside a pub, and she just walked past, and I was like, just sort of, like mid conversation to everyone, I was like, "Oh fuck me! Mars just went past." It was really
That, my
really
friend,
unsettling.
is Essex camouflage. You can't spot them apart. They blend together. You know how zebras have stripes, so they all blend together? Like, they come en masse. Like, literally. The only way to differentiate between each Essex girl is the different mark.
Is there patterning?
No.
Cup size.
Is
No,
the bejazzle?
it's just what we've done is we've marked them. We've actually branded them by just making sure that they each wear a different knockoff sign of a fashion item, and that's how you differentiate.
So I've just
Our
been.
audience is appalled, by the way.
Dude, let me put it this way. If you walk in the high street in Brentwood, yeah, it feels warmer because all you see is orange going at you. You're like, I came in to use the toilet, I've got a fucking tan.
So
It's contagious. It's fake bake is contagious.
I've just been handed 3 notes from Paula. I think this is a pretty good idea, actually. So Snog, Marry, Avoid, and I've got 3 names.
Hit
Right.
me.
Pat Butcher.
Snog.
I don't know who that is.
Well in there, mate. That was really quick.
All over
She's
that.
a rather gruff actress from.
She's
a
actually
long-running
Do you know what?
Isn't
I would.
Isn't Pat?
Is she like blonde?
I don't know. I
Did
don't
she,
want
did,
to
was,
see
she, was, she,
Ish.
was she with stand-up comedian Mike Reed?
Yeah,
I think
apparently.
I know who that is. Wow,
so it's not
you've
breakfast.
just found the only EastEnders character I can spot, except
So Snog in that particular character is nothing. Because I can already top that. It will never even come like Snog and Pat
Depends
Butcher
where you
won't
snog her.
ever come vaguely close to the fact that I have seen Madge Bishop's tits. True story.
Mic drop.
That was when I was working Canada Girls while I was on tour. I was told, like, on the flight floor, like at points, like, don't look over the flight floor, don't look down, don't observe what's happening on stage. So yeah, for the most part, fair enough. I don't mind doing the modesty. At one point, I forgot, and who was there but Madge Bishop and her tits?
All right, so I'm going to avoid.
well, yeah, but you know what the other two names are.
Ditto.
I am, because I've actually selected an answer for each of the names, and I think we should all hold to that rule.
I've got an answer to each name.
Well, that's
what's
not fair.
your
I didn't see all the
answer to
names
Pat Butcher?
We
beforehand.
get the names.
No, that's
Well,
fine.
the first
That's
time-
fine. It'll be funny.
I'm going
hope.
to snog all of them.
All right, fair enough. Kel,
My answer to Pat Butcher is avoid.
Okay.
Eddie.
I'm gonna go avoid just to be interesting.
Yeah, okay.
No, I'm definitely sort of leaning towards the void.
Oh, I'm so hard up in her face. You
so
don't
hard.
even know.
Sorry.
I'm so hard up in her face.
Taz is actually getting head off her at the moment.
Next one, Danny DeVito. I would marry that motherfucker.
No, I'd,
Yeah.
I'd snog Danny DeVito.
I'd marry
I would
him
marry
in an
Danny
instant.
DeVito.
Him in Always Sunny is
Oh, he's so good.
he's amazing.
Do you know what? Him in Get Shorty.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'll revise. Rather than snog, I'll marry DeVito because I imagine he's pretty squeaky in bed.
Isn't he? He's still married to that lady off of Cheers.
Rhea Perlman.
Is he?
Rhea Perlman, thank you.
Good on them.
He's got some honesty. He's got some loyalty
know,
to him. I think he'd
Congratulations
treat me
for
right.
being married.
I think they actually divorced late last year.
Yeah, to marry me.
Andy, Danny DeVito.
Marry him.
Yeah, I'm not sure I want to be having sex or snogging Danny DeVito.
Fine, you
just
don't have to have
it says
sex,
marry.
but I would.
Reap the financial benefits.
The hair on his
You
back
wouldn't
will
need
give
to
you
push him
something to
down.
cling
He's
to.
the right height for. All right, Mum.
And it's not
Like-
like you can do any better.
Like at most.
Oh,
His girlfriend's right here.
Go on then. If we're all marrying Danny DeVito, we'll live as one happy family.
I like a communion.
We're like the Manson family for the new generation.
See, I mean, at most, you won't have to have sex with him. At most, you'll have to deal with kind of a gut push and a hand job. But you know, I think that's fair enough considering the money that's coming your way.
Vivid in my brain.
Can he be dressed like the penguin while I do it?
Oh,
Yes.
Oswald Copperpot, just
Yeah.
like getting his Copperpot
Oswald
filled.
would get it.
Oswald, I'll cobble your pot. Third name, please.
We have Dame Vera Lynn.
I don't know who Dave Vera Lynn is.
I'm not avoiding Dame Vera Lynn.
I'll go
That's
with the
harsh.
snog.
I would snog Dame Vera. Okay, I'm avoiding Pat Butcher, snogging Dame Vera Lynn. Is this Dame Vera Lynn now or Dame Vera Lynn in her prime? Because she's been dead for many years, so that might be a bit weird.
It might be a terminal factor. Yeah.
I'm not saying never, but it's just going to be weird.
I'm going to go for
either way,
Prime.
snog.
Prime
minimum.
Lynn. Prime Lynn. We're talking about here.
Lynn in her prime, I am snogging that one.
We're talking
She-
super top,
Do you guys
uber
know-
Kobe beef, Lynn.
Do you know
Massage
who
that
is?
shit.
I have no idea who that is.
She's the World War II. She's the one who sang Bluebells over White Christmas over.
She's
was
the
like,
Forces sweetheart singer.
She was like the Marilyn Monroe of England.
right.
Yeah.
She was very pretty.
So massive old school pin-up.
Yeah, that's not her in her prime at the top.
There we go. We're looking at pictures now of Dame Vera Lynn and wondering whether we should fuck her.
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like,
What's the logical evolution of the MILF? The Grand MILF?
the gilf.
The GILF.
Yeah.
No, this is a dilf. She's dead.
Then there's the kilf. Corpse, I like.
Added mung.
Plus,
I don't know. I think this whole topic should be revised to like just for funsies' sake, like revise it to finger fuck anal.
to be honest, I want to know what Hal would do with Dame Vera Lynn.
could I please alter that?
The ether.
Could I please say,
Channel the ether. Let's find out what
Taz,
Hal would say.
Taz.
I would take our
Taz,
predictions.
not
I
finger
think he
f-
would.
Taz, not finger fuck anal. It would be finger oral.
Give me a
angel.
second. I need a second of concentration to channel the spirits
get out the Ouija board.
of the Sindons. What do we have? Oh, actually, it's not Hal. Beth says sorry.
Yeah, but what does
She already
Hal
got
say?
there.
What is she saying sorry about?
Let me try again. Let me try again.
Hal, are you there? Are you there?
Hal says, ladies and gentlemen, members
Ma-
of Parliament, Your Honour, my wife.
I would have just loved for karmic resolution for you to go, how are you there? And just say, no, I'm Reginald D. Vinderpot.
Lovely. I think we've done. Yeah, let's have something from the hot pot.
Yeah, what should we do? One last one,
Andy, I don't know. What are we at, Tom? What's time?
Well, I've split this recording into like 4 and lost track already, so I'm going to say about an hour and a half. So let's do one more.
Let's see where it goes. Yeah, let's have something from the hot pot. Oh, Andy.
One from us.
Oh, is it? Oh, sorry, it is. Ed, go for it, mate.
FF.
Oh boy, I heard my name. I got confused.
Now, if
that
there's
happen a lot?
anything to go by, as this may be the last subject, this may be something serious. So we'll get another one afterwards.
Yay!
Okay. We'll do it seriously. If you could go back to any age, what age would it be? And that would be from me.
Yeah, it would be, because you said this subject before we started recording. We said, put it in the pot, put it in the pot.
But
Do you know what?
handwriting,
Fuck
strangely.
every other age.
Yeah.
Absolutely fuck every other age. Before, like, other ages were wrong. Like, maybe there's an argument to be made for the 60s. Maybe.
No, age in your life.
In your life.
Would you like to be 14 again, 12 again, 6 again?
Or should we do both? Right,
Yeah,
so if we
okay.
do your own personal age, which would you feel happiest in? So you're obviously current, Taryn.
I'm anywhere upwards of 23 because I don't believe I became anything remotely
Yeah.
resembling a real person until I was 23. I still don't think I'm
You're
there
a
yet. I'm
real
trying my
boy,
best.
Taryn.
Yeah, I was going to say pretty much the same thing. Pretty much like the last few years, I've been pretty fucking
No, but
sweet.
surely we could go back to this age. And it's just to like go back and like have a holiday there. I'd love to have a holiday.
Oh, yeah,
in
that's a good idea.
childhood, I'd love to have a holiday when I was like 4.
I'll have a holiday back.
I didn't.
back
I
at
used to go
Scout
Isle of
Camp.
Wight. It was fucking.
No, not like an actual holiday.
Could I...
Absolutely not child yet. Look, oh man, like when you were a child, you were a fucking idiot.
Yeah, but you didn't know you were an idiot and you enjoyed it. Most idiots are quite happy.
Yeah, but you're going back as yourself.
Case in point.
Do you know
Okay,
what?
can I just say, at the age of 14, I went to a laser quest, a Quasar.
Yeah.
On my 14th,
Laser tag for our American listeners.
on my 14th birthday,
We have
for
American
one day
listeners.
only,
Ooh.
it was pay £5, yeah, and have as many games as you want all night with a bowling alley with the same. So for £10, you bowled, you laser quest. At the same time,
That's totally fucking tits, man.
MTV, when I was 14, was running Soul Asylum, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Yeah,
Beavis and
yeah,
Butthead,
remember
yeah,
them days.
right? And they had this ginormous arcade with Time Crisis in it. That night was the greatest night of my life.
Oh, if only we could recreate that. Like, no, my 30th birthday's this year. We're doing that.
Yeah.
And I would preface this with the fact that one day I will have children and they'll go, Dad, how did you feel when I was born? And I was going to say about half as good as my night at Laser Quest.
Oh, do you know what? To be fair, an honest answer to that question, if my kids ever say, "Oh, Dad, how did you feel when I was born?" the answer's probably going to be,
A fuck
Drunk.
better than you.
Happy.
See, my dad wouldn't.
I'd just like to point out, I've done a quick bit of channeling, and Beth tells me, "Oh, Vitalites."
Oh, fuck's sake, every episode.
Do you know, you could just soundboard Beth. You could just take soundboards, put them on button, release.
Yeah,
and then
we
just-
don't need her.
No.
I love you,
No,
man.
to be fair, I actually did this to be a massive dick, but all of the dick options haven't come out.
I still think of this whole like what age do you go back to is in like I'm Doctor Who. I get to visit ages, and then I get to come back again and go on with my life. So, but I'd quite like to go back to the age that's like the age before dinosaurs, when there was huge insects and giant spiders, and that was all there was. Sort
Fuck
of thing.
me.
When the atmosphere was so different that you had dragonflies the size of albatross.
Well, yeah, it's
basically, you'd like to be
dragonflies with
lunch.
2-foot wingspans.
Well, no, I'd go back in my
And
fucking
get
awesome.
eaten.
No, but I'd be in my awesome time craft that would be like a submarine, and I'd be protected in this glass bubble, and I can see it all, like going and viewing the Great Barrier Reef in a glass bottom boat or a submarine.
And do you know what's really cool about that? If you do go back in time like that, contrary to popular belief, you can fuck however you want with like what you can kill whatever you want. You can do whatever you want
prehistoric
because it's
beetle.
already happened.
Yeah, which like prehistoric beetle do you want to fuck?
Can I just say, you've got, with the passion Taz has
Rephrase.
expressed that, you've gone back to the one age where if you step on a butterfly, it will eat your foot.
Yeah. No, I'd like to see that.
You'd like to see,
Giant carnivorous butterflies. That's all I dream about, man.
See, I don't know about you, Andy, but if I was to actually go back and relive the years of my youth, I'd go back to Scouts at some
Absolutely.
point.
That's what I was saying about the holiday. I'd love to go back to Scouts.
the Jimmy Somerville.
Scout.
Because that was where hello, Mum. I was sneaking crates of beer to a camp, getting ridiculously fucking messy,
Yeah, no.
giving beer to 11-year-olds and see what happens. Like,
Operation U-Tree happens. We've established this.
yeah. Not good, but a lot of fun.
How old were you when you were giving this alcohol to minors?
Well, I was...
4 years older.
Let's put it this way.
5
When
years
I
older?
first joined Scouts at the age of 11, I was hanging around with the PLs that were aged 15. And so I was drinking.
By the way, I totally agree with you because Scouts was great. Because literally, I was a little bit of a rambunctious youth. And then I went to an organisation where they taught me to light fires and play with sharp objects.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
It was absolutely...
And you were pissed
And
the
what's
entire
more,
time.
they taught
Yeah,
you
but
how to hunt people down. So literally, you can hunt them, you can cook them, you can cut them.
Scouts has changed now because they've changed all the age ranges.
Yeah, it's
because
sport it.
I remember I loved going from Scouts that was like 11 to 15 and a half, going into Ventures which was 15 and a half to 21.
Yeah, I never did that.
Which meant when you went on a Scout holiday or a Venture holiday, that was 15-year-olds hanging out with 21-year-olds.
Oh, fucking hell.
And we're in Spain and we're going drinking like 21-year-olds when we were 15. And it was, but
Suddenly, so much is explained.
Yeah, yeah.
but that was a nice lead up to sort of like going drink, like it was
A warm up.
Well, no, but drinking the Scouts sort of like, I like the idea of like mixing with different age ranges, whereas at school you're all pinned in with the same
Yeah.
age of people.
Yeah, it was,
And that was nice, lovely.
but the older kids, even when you were the younger ones, they still included you and it was still nice. But you learnt from them. You learnt what you had to do. That's why I was the 13, 14-year-old sneaking beers in for my
I will say one thing
guys that
about
were much
Scouts.
younger.
I managed to get my entire life's worth of abseiling out of the way just through Scouts.
Yeah, no, I did
have
the same.
not
I've
abseiled
not.
since.
No, I've not
I
rock
loved
climbed.
it,
I've
and
not done
never,
anything.
Like, I went down a building in London and I went down twice. Once backwards and once forwards.
Don't you miss it though? It was really good
I
fun.
love that. Did you? There was Madness at Thrift Stock. Did you ever do? I don't know if it crosses over the river.
No, I don't remember
But
that.
like, there's a place called Thriftwood, which was this massive Scout camp, and it all year round.
I remember that. Yeah.
Right, it had a lake that was about and it's about this lake is about 60% rat piss. It's a rough ass place.
Yeah.
But once a year, every Scout in the southeast would go jump into that lake, then have a flower and water fight. My mother,
And a UTI infection.
my dad and my mum were both involved with Rangers and Cubs and stuff, yeah? So my mum ran the first aid tent, which also doubled up as the creating realistic wounds tent. This is Essex logic. We're going to put the first aid and the realistic wound. So literally, if you went near that, all you saw were little kids walking out with horrific gashes.
Seen from Day of the
bleeding,
Dead.
walking from the first aid, looking fucked up. It was brilliant.
Yeah, that's what my mate went to St John's Ambulance instead of Scouts, and
That don't count.
No, but the one thing they learnt at St
Fuck
John's
St John's
Ambulance mostly appeared to be how to create fake wounds. I don't know. That was probably his St John's Ambulance.
I miss abseiling.
I miss abs. It
I
was so much fun.
I failed at it. I've done it once.
I used to love doing
That's
the.
shocking considering your line of work. I would have.
Oh
thought
yeah,
that
I
would
mean,
come second
I
nature.
could probably put it off now, but
No, you couldn't. You fucking wonk. You'd be injured for some reason.
fuck you. You haven't seen me on ropes, man.
He'd land face first and,
I'm good.
and sprain his nose.
Fuck! Oh, pain!
Yeah, all right. When I've got
Go
broken ribs,
abseil one.
sure.
Fuck!
But the thing is, like when the first time I tried abseiling, it was I was year 6. So for kind
12?
of for people so that's sort of 10, 11, probably 11 by that point.
Top school juniors.
No, year 6.
Top school junior.
Year 6 was 10 and 11,
Year
wasn't it?
6 is 9 because you're 10 when you get to.
No, it's 10 and 11.
No,
It's 10 and 11 because
It's
year
11
7 is
plus
11,
the
12.
exam you have to take at the end of year 6.
Did you
I
know?
thought,
Yeah.
so you're 12 when you go year 7.
Yeah,
This,
yeah.
this has
10, 11.
actually
Year 10.
robbed me
Year 7.
of like 3 years of my life because I'm 35, which means that I left junior school
Yeah.
in top school juniors, year 4 of juniors, and I went into Hallmead's secondary school at year 7. I want my 3 years back.
What, you were skipped ahead like 2
No,
years?
literally, they just changed the name. Literally, that was the day they brought in year 7. That was the day. Like my year, it was the first year to go to where they said we'll knob off first year infants and go from second year infants all the way up in one line. So literally, I left school in year 4 and over summer lost 3 fucking years.
So
How the fuck does that work?
They just redesignated all the years.
See, for the younger
Right,
people,
okay.
you probably always thought like you went in a year 2. Year 1 in secondary school infants. No, we
Yeah.
had infant school, junior school, secondary school.
Yeah.
And then literally that's why they called it sixth form. Otherwise now it would be...
No, sixth form was 16 plus.
Yeah, but sixth form was because it was the 6th year.
Yeah, yeah.
So right now, sixth form would be called 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12th form.
12th year, yeah.
Kel,
Year 12.
what age would you go back to? Be that epoch or personal year?
I do like the idea of going back to sort of when I was a kid and being a kid for a little while. Just running around and not really caring about much. Being generally loud. Pretty similar to now.
Nothing changed.
Yeah,
I
I
don't-
like
I just-
that idea.
I don't have that rose tint on my childhood at all. Like,
What's led us here? It can't have been that bad.
sorry?
It's
Yeah.
led us here.
What's gone? Nothing
Yeah,
could have gone
but
wrong
like,
in
that
that time.
doesn't mean I have any real urge to relive it.
It's not even any particular like specific time in childhood, just that feeling of being a kid again and not caring and just doing what you want, basically going out and playing with your friends rather than having to go to work and do stuff like.
So just to clarify, you want to go back to a time when you can go round to your friend's house and play board games.
Play board games and yeah, that kind of thing.
Just sit down and converse. Maybe record a podcast.
Yeah, wait a minute.
We've never grown.
A similar question to this came up on the Ricky Gervais show, and I remember Carl Pilkington saying that he would go back to a time in his childhood when he bought a lolly from an ice cream van and nearly choked on it. But the logic of that is, well, he didn't choke on the lolly, so he's not going back to save himself. So why would he bother stopping himself from choking if he could go anywhere?
I
That's
think
the one
that was
thing
the
he'd
day
do.
Carl Pilkington discovered autoerotic asphyxiation.
Oh, there's a thing I just don't understand.
What, autoerotic asphyxiation?
Yeah, I mean, the good old asphyxie wank. I mean, I'd like to. Do you know what? Like the broader topic of sex
Stop
is something
rubbing
that
your
probably needs to
boob
be
while
put
you
into the
say
pot
this.
at some point. But it's something I'd kind of like to understand more than I do.
I'm sorry, I blanked out for a couple of seconds. I come back and we're talking about asphyxie wanks. What the fuck happened to this topic?
Carl Pilkington.
Oh, okay.
Cool. I tell you what, Andy, finish up with something from.
No, first of all, we got to hear what age Hal and Beth would go back to, surely.
Well, yes, absolutely.
What are the odds he's going to put out a slip that goes 14? I had a wonderful summer.
No, it's 13
you never
with
know.
Hal, isn't
And
it?
that- while
Everything he says
Andy is
when he
picking-
was 13.
Yeah, 13.
Let me tell you what.
Beth comes on and just says, I want to sing Disney songs.
Hal says, "I am so terribly important."
That could
Well.
be any age.
Relevant.
Humble.
And let's see. With this one, I've got. Beth says, "I love you."
Oh, you shouldn't have, Beth. I don't know why you started with a Cthulhu chant, but yeah.
What are you talking about? What
Oh,
continues?
did I just hear that? Was that just in my head?
Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, shit.
Should we go on to the next?
Sorry, have I missed something?
Shit.
Did something happen when I was channeling?
Don't do this to me, guys. Don't do this to me.
No, I'm really sorry. Did something happen to me while I was? What did I say? Tom, what did I say?
The new topic. Just
Yeah, Cthulhu.
Yeah, the new topic.
Yeah.
So here's one of the risks. Like when you're doing this kind of thing, like there are risks involved. Now I could have quite easily lost my mind. It sounds to me like Cthulhu kind of jumped in and kind of got his point across. It's becoming a long one. You know what? All I'm going to say is it's on its way. That's really unfortunate. I'm sorry, everybody. Sorry, Andy.
It's a Wednesday night. Whatever.
is the nation getting dumber?
I think we've just proven the fucking point.
Yeah. I think this entire enterprise is a case study of is the nation getting dumber? But no, I don't think the nation is that average. Is that average dumbness?
I don't think. No. Do you know what? This happened to me very recently. I was doing a gig at the Hampstead Theatre. And they had they had the radio on in the workshop, which is right next to the stage. And me and this other chap were moving some stuff about. And like what came over the radio was kind of they were asking, well, what's to be done about Islamic extremism? Who's this? Like who's this the problem of? Like who needs to deal with this? And like where do we direct this problem? And I was about to shout something at the radio. The guy next to me, John T is his name. His singular answer, which is basically wrapped up entirely what I was going to say. His singular answer was just fucking include people. They're all people. Include them. Bring them in, and they won't feel hatred. This is a 21-year-old, and he's feeling exactly the same thing I feel as a 28-year-old. Without any prompt from me whatsoever. So no, I don't think we're getting dumber. I think, however, we've got situations to which I point at YouTube comments and the Daily Mail comments in which stupidity is given more of a forum.
See, this is the thing. I see the whole of society tends to be moving away from mass media. I don't know if that's just my observation from the outside. I don't watch TV. I don't watch this shit that goes on. I literally get all my knowledge off of the internet from reliable-ish sources. I hope that everyone else is doing the same and they're not listening to the shit that's going out on the broadcasts.
See, the reason I put this in was because at work, someone was referencing a celebrity, and I don't really watch television. Hate me for it if you want, but I don't. Really
I'm exactly the same. I don't tend to watch.
I don't have a TV that shows TV.
My TV is my second monitor for my laptop.
I have no area.
I don't even know what TV is.
What is TV? No.
What is?
But
it's a large box that sits in the corner.
Oh, it's that thing we play like Jackbox on and stuff. It's that thing we plug all the consoles into.
Oh, right.
Oh.
In my room, it's a shelf.
You're all witches. I'm going to burn every last one of you.
But so I'm in work and I am reading a book, the papery things that open like this, you know. And,
I don't understand.
I know.
From the writer in the room.
Make paper. But I'm reading the book and it's like I think it was like Pride and Prejudice or something. It was an old novel, classic novel. Actually, it was Sherlock Holmes, and I'm reading it, and someone comes over and goes, "What you reading?" And I'm like, "It's Sherlock Holmes." And they're like, "Oh, with Benedict Cumberbatch," and I'm like, "No, there was Sherlock Holmes before Benedict Cumberbatch."
Oh, you mean Robert Downey Jr.?
Oh yeah, totally. You know exactly what I'm referring to. But
I loved Jude Law in that.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Absolute star.
It was excellent. But
I don't understand how he came up with the character of Watson. It was an absolute genius.
I think it was mostly improv. But yeah, so I'm reading this book, and then they come up, and then people, as they will do, they'll talk, have a conversation while you're sitting there quietly reading, and you're like, okay, there's an entire office, but you're standing next to me having this inane conversation. I'm like, oh, fuck it. So I turn around and just go, okay, and they're talking about a dude called Callum Best. Yeah. Now I don't know who this guy is. So
is that George Best's son?
That was my reaction. Is this George Best's son? And to their reaction is, who's George Best?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I know.
I don't like football.
Yeah,
I
me
know
neither,
fucking
but
George
I know
Best
fucking
is.
George Best is.
Oh,
But
I
like-
thought I got drunk. That man got way drunk.
He's an icon to us.
You know, he is, but he's no Oliver Reed.
No one's Oliver.
Oliver
Reed.
Reed went out challenging an entire like Navy force to a rum drinking competition. Like he was hardcore.
Oliver Reed made me realise I needed to wrestle men naked.
So anyway, where are we going? Sorry.
So anyway, they then proceed to describe Callum Best as like on I'm a Celebrity or something, and apparently he's like a sexholic or. I don't know if that's slanderous, but fuck it. You know, like apparently he's addicted to sex. But they just couldn't get to the point. So much like myself. But like, because I have no frame of reference, they're looking at me like I'm retarded. Like they're literally looking at me like, I can't believe you don't know who George Callum Best is. And I'm sitting there just going, you thought,
You're right, Siri. Shut up.
even Siri's heckling me. But I'm like, you thought that like, Sherlock Holmes was written by Benedict Cumberbatch, yet I'm retarded for not knowing who George British son is, you know. And then I started. That was when I really started noticing like the world a bit more. And then I took a day off work on holiday and ended up watching this really horrible thing called Jeremy Kyle. I've watched one episode and it was horrific.
It's interesting to watch Jeremy Kyle. For those who aren't in England, that's basically Jerry Springer, the Chab version,
Without throwing chairs, but with a lot more unknown pregnancy.
and a lot more of the host shouting at people, calling them dumb.
I've got a theory that in about 60 years, the Jeremy Kyle show will be like rather than kind of be poverty baiting, it'll be a program in which you have a staunch and verbose atheist challenging Christians or other religious people
To
about
a
their
fight
beliefs.
in a gladiator arena.
And it's going to be, so you believe in this bloody blah. Well, yes, here's what I believe. Fuck you!
It's Tina Turner the host, and it's Thunderdome. 2 men enter, 1 man leave. Right. I think we should call it quits.
Oh, well,
here.
sorry, I didn't remind you of the question.
Is the nation getting dumber? Is the nation getting dumber?
I don't understand. What are you what-
Many people get.
What are you talking
stupid.
about? What are you talking about, Willis?
What are you talking about?
No, our nation personally, I think actually we're leveling out quite nicely. I'm witnessing unfortunately, all I've got to say in America is witnessable through kind of the programs I watch. Like I watch Arrow and I watch The Flash, and
So you talk about America, we're superhuman.
and also I watch Elementary, and I kind of watch like a few American programs.
Can I just point out,
And
Gotham isn't a real place.
The thing that, I get that because I'm English. The thing that really gets me is the penchant for Americans having to absolutely state the subtext at every possible moment. And not only state the subtext, but they have to score it with extremely sad music. Just so that the viewer knows exactly what to feel.
Yeah, but then there's sad hold music, which you can't hate.
No, that's a different thing entirely. That's just musical genius.
Do you reckon the question of like, is the nation getting dumber, slightly sort of the idea that technology and scientific advances and whatever are advancing so much quicker than they ever have been? Like, our technology is evolving, our pinnacle of knowledge is evolving and getting further and further, higher and higher, so much quicker than it ever has before. This is the age of technology. So, is the nation getting dumber? Well, the learning curve was so much slower across the board before.
There is that.
That now, people who excel have the ability to excel so much further, and people who naturally don't excel, or haven't, or didn't have the opportunity to, or anything else, is that just in? Is it just a more stark contrast?
I can't believe.
Is this evolution in working? Because you got like Cro-Magnon and Homo erectus and that, and there was a point where intellectually we moved on and physically they.
I don't get into evolution on this podcast. It's a danger zone. So I can't believe
the world was created 6,000 years ago by the Garden of Eden.
Al says, I completely agree.
There we go. I can't believe.
I can only assume there must be some interference.
I can't believe we've got this far into a podcast and this far into a bottle of whiskey and make such a salient point. That's fucking incredible. Well done, Andy.
Don't worry, I promise not to do it often.
Right. I think we
should close up with a couple of quick fires for the Sindons?
We said we weren't going to do that.
Did we?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
Is the nation getting dumb?
No. Right. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. You have tuned in to the Pot Topic podcast. You can find... Oh, fuck. The nation's clearly getting dumber because I haven't brought out my list of things to say.
That's personal dumbness.
There's this website, right? There's this Twitter.
Don't
there's this
inflict your stupidity on the
Instagram.
rest of
Find
us.
this on like social media and whatever.
Yeah, to be fair, like claiming you're representative of the nation and your dumbness is entirely hubris.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'd all be fucked if that was the case.
Okay, you ready? The next statement is a public political broadcast on the representative of the nation.
I'm going to edit this.
And on that topic, Bethan says, Penge!
Keep up the backing music. I'm liking that. You can visit us on pottopicpodcast.com.
Beth says, I drink cider.
Come to our website and sign up to the newsletter.
Hal says, it's my birthday.
You can follow us on Twitter at Pot Topic Podcast.
Beth says,
Like us on Facebook and Tumblr. Just search Pot Topic Podcast.
Hal says, got goat teeth in my guitar, don't you know?
Send us an email. Emails at pottopicpodcast.com. Let us know what you think.
My psychic link is broken. I'm very sorry.
What, you've run out of charges?
I've run out of charges.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'll just get through this quick. Rate and review us on iTunes.
Wait, and I've got one more thing. Something else is coming through from the ether.
And rate and review us on Stitcher. Like the video on YouTube and the soundtrack on SoundCloud. Thank you very much. Submit your topics. Fuck
Big
it.
love.
Peace out.
Big love.
Love you all. Thank you very
Can
much.
we do it?
The music used in this episode was Meatball Parade by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com. It's licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. Please see the MP3 comment tag for show notes on pottopicpodcast.com for more information.
You called one of them the hot pot, didn't you? I reckon we called this the hot pot.
Community chest.
No, I think Eddie actually had it on the nose there because that's a lot more harsh.
Yes, but that's from the community poll.
Whoa. I'm not that attached to it, dude.
No, but the pot's black.
So is the hat.
To be honest,
Exist.
We need two pots.
to be honest, though, like that was my one shot to definitely get on the podcast. So I'm like, no editing that fucker out. That's fucking gold dust.
I did like that.
Paul, are you from Essex?
Yes.
Oh, she is.
You should have seen the faces that she was making while she was telling that. It was beautiful.
I would just like to preface this with all Essex girls.
Do you know what? There was a point. Like there was a while there where I never really understood the conflict between London and Essex. It's like, well, fuck. Like, no, I don't hate Essex people. They're just over there and we're over here, and that's fine. However, at some point, I watched a documentary about detailing the life of Boadicea. And leading up
Was
to
it
this...
The Only Way is Essex?
leading up to this was this story that when the Romans first tried to invade England, they didn't get anywhere because they crossed the channel and what they found was a bunch of super hairy, blue-painted motherfuckers going... and they just couldn't deal with that. However, one of the English tribes at the time, the Iceni,
Those Smurfs
now
were
the area
vicious.
of Essex, they cut a deal with the Romans that sold the entire island, barring Scotland, out to the Romans. So fuck all Essex. You sold us out to the Romans. You broke us.
God, that was loud.
And just for record, that was the last time an Essex man did an intelligent thing. Like, we did the one thing, we got it out the way, we live happily as idiots.
I quite like the.
I am never going back to Essex. I'm going to get
I
hunted
can't even
down.
remember what topic we're on.